Thank you everyone for coming to the UW System Virtual Career Trek featuring Kwik Trip and hosted by UW La Crosse. My name is Brenda Leahy and I'm Interim Assistant Director here at UW La Crosse in Career Services. I'm very happy that you can join us today. I want to start by thanking Haley Carr, who's at UW Superior. She's the magic behind all our technology and makes sure everything runs smoothly every week. We really appreciate you, Haley. Thanks so much for what you do. There is an official registration form that can be found in the chat feature. Can you please make sure to fill that out while you're here? We like to keep track of everyone who attends, and then we'll follow up with an evaluation that you can fill out later when you have a chance. So please fill that out during your time here. UW System Career Treks began last year. It was our idea to help us continue to do programming through the pandemic. And it was so successful, we're continuing to do it now, even though we're starting to program in person again. So we host 13 different career treks each semester, and each UW System school hosts their own career trek. It's supported by our UW System president, Tommy Thompson, and it's an exciting way to visit employers all across the state. Next week, we'll be meeting with Sargento, and that will be hosted by UW Green Bay. We do have a few questions for you to answer. We want to know what school you're from, so if you can please go ahead and choose the school that you're from, and then also what year you are. I'm very excited today to welcome you and introduce you to Jordan Butler. She is the Campus Talent Strategist for Kwik Trip. If you've ever been to La Crosse, you know that Kwik Trips are all over the place. In fact, I remember my first time visiting La Crosse and stopping at multiple, probably 4 or 5 when I first came there. And it's been exciting to see how much they have grown and how much it's throughout the state and throughout the whole region that you can find Kwik Trips. So Jordan's going to introduce to us more about Kwik Trip, and at the end, any questions that you might have, or please throughout the time, if you have questions, please put them in the chat and we'll make sure that we ask them. So Jordan, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brenda, for the introduction. I'm just going to get my PowerPoint up here. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Jordan. I am the Campus Talent Strategist at Kwik Trip. So I'm in the recruiting department, and I'm very excited to talk to you a little bit about the history of Kwik Trip, some of our open opportunities, and just a little bit about the recruitment process. Okay, so Kwik Trip started in 1965 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So even though our headquarters today is in La Crosse, our very first location was in Eau Claire, and we have seen tremendous growth since then, as you can kind of see on the graph right there. We average about opening 40 new stores every year. So we are super close to opening our 800th store, which is very exciting. You probably know us best by Kwik Trip, but we do also go by Kwik Star, Tobacco Outlet Plus Grocery, and Stop and Go. Kwik Star came about was when we moved into the Iowa market, there was already a Kwik Trip with a Q. So to avoid confusion, we decided to go with Kwik Star. Tobacco Outlet Plus Grocery is just like any other Kwik Trip, but without hot food. And our most recent adventure was Stop and Go. So in December of 2020, we acquired all Stop and Go locations. And just know that we changed about 50% of them stayed Stop and Go per the acquisition agreement. The other 50 turned into either Kwik Trips or Kwik Stars. But just know anytime you see a Stop and Go, it is owned and operated by Kwik Trip. Our 3 priorities, we like to say, are our people, food, and vertical integration. So people, whether it's the guests coming into our stores, the coworkers working for us, or even just the communities that we serve, we want to make sure that our top priority is the people. food, that's really been almost a newer priority for us as we've expanded, especially with our take-home meals. I hope some of you have at least tried our delicious take-home meals, but now people are starting to think of Kwik Trip of stopping in for lunch or going to Kwik Trip to get a meal to put in the microwave at home. And so we've really stepped up our focus on our food and made that one of our top priorities. And vertical integration, I will get to in just a little bit. Our mission at Kwik Trip, you can read it right there, but essentially it's the golden rule of treating others how you would like to be treated. And that's something we really believe in at Kwik Trip. We've been told that our interview process might be a little strange or a little unusual than some other companies, but that's because we really want to get to know you as a person. So if you ever interview for Kwik Trip, do not be surprised to get asked, when's the last time you made a difference in someone's life? Or tell me about a time that you performed a random act of kindness for someone. We like to say that, we can teach you the technical skills of a job, but we can't teach you how to be a good person. And we're looking for like-minded people that believe in our mission statement, believe in our values, and can really fit into that company culture. So if you do apply for a position at Kwik Trip, all of our applications can be found online at kwiktrip.jobs. That's JOBS, jobs. And the application is pretty simple itself. Always recommend putting in a resume, even if it might not be required for the specific position. That's something that we do look for. Then a recruiter will reach out to you via a phone screen. Usually that's only 15 to 20 minutes just to get to know you a little bit. And that's a great time for us to talk about the position to really make sure that it's a good fit for you. From there, we move on to the reference checks. So we partner with a company called Outmatch. And instead of us reaching out to your references, you provide us either it's their email or phone number, and then they get sent a brief survey about you for us to get to know you a little bit better as a coworker, as an employee. So make sure if you do apply for a position, you have 3 to 5 people in mind that you have a working relationship with. And then from there, we go into the in-person interview. Where we just get to know you a little bit more and get to talk about the position and really make sure that it's a good fit on both parties. I think one thing in the recruitment process, you have to want us too. It's not just us wanting you. You have to make sure that this would be a good fit for you, that this would be a position that makes you excited every day to go to work. So it really has to be that mutual connection and both parties wanting the position. And then from there, it'd be just a short meeting with the team to, again, make sure it's a good fit. And then you would start your employment at Kwik Trip. I wanted to put this in here to show a little bit of our map in our campus map, in La Crosse. So you see our Sweets Bakery up that top. You can move down to our distribution center. We just built our brand new IT and store engineering building that wrapped up fall of last year. So that's been super exciting, especially with our expansion of our IT department. Lots of open positions there right now. And then you can see our centers for health, support center and dairy. And to make it a little bit easier to see, I have a quick video for you guys to see our campus at La Crosse just a little bit better. I think that video is just a fun way to show you guys our campus a little bit. I actually grew up in the area of La Crosse and went to school in the area and never knew of our campus in La Crosse. Always drove right by it. So we're kind of hidden in the industrial park. So maybe some of you UWL students are even a little bit surprised at our support center area. Oh, we don't want to play that again. There we go. So like talking about our support center opportunities to be able to handle the needs of our almost 800 convenience store locations, we need people at our support center to be able to handle all of the needs. We have positions in marketing, training, accounting. Like I mentioned earlier, our IT department has grown tremendously. Production, audio and visual, accounting and finance. So pretty much any major that you have, we have at least a department for. Even for our chemistry and biology majors, we do all of our testing right on site in La Crosse. We perform over 3,000 tests each week to make sure that the products we are sending to our stores are of the utmost quality. And so we need those science majors as well to work in our labs and to be able to perform those tests. Just to give you guys an idea of some of the current open positions we have, to give you a little bit of an idea of what you can see when you are on the job hunt, whether it be for an internship or as you are nearing graduation and looking for that full-time opportunity. In our IT department, we're currently hiring for a business integration support analyst, marketing, loyalty customer service representative. In our store engineering, so the building of our stores, the planning of that, a store engineering development specialist. So really looking at the code and reviewing of invoices, the correspondence with all of our vendors that we work with for building those new stores. And then in accounting, our accounts payable specialist. So these are just a few positions that we currently have. If you're looking for an internship, we have a couple different opportunities. We're currently hiring for an HR intern that will specifically be working with our compensation team. We are also hiring a loss prevention intern and an accounting intern. And then if you're looking for something on the retail side of things, we also do have a retail internship program that would be working smaller scale with a specific store. And you can have a focus area of marketing, HR, general business, accounting, and finance. Like I mentioned earlier, vertical integration is one of our top priorities at Kwik Trip. We like to say we make it, we ship it, we sell it. We ship 80% of the products we sell. We find that it removes cost for us and it really allows us to control the quality of our products. If you see it's the picture to the right there, we even make our own milk jugs. So it's a pretty cool process in our blow mold that they come in from a little plastic ball and we blow them all the way up into what our milk jugs are and then send them off to our stores. So we find that this, really does give us a competitive advantage. Just to give you guys a little bit more information on some of the new stores that we have in 2021. This is our map of Wisconsin. So all of the red dots shows our new stores that are coming in 2021, and the grayish blue, whatever color you might call that, is our rebuilds. Here's to show Minnesota. Not as many, but we love them just as much. And then Iowa for 2021. And one of the most popular parts, or something that people tend to say we are unique about, is our 40% profit sharing. So what that means is whatever Kwik Trip makes in a year, 40% of that goes right back to the coworkers. It comes as a nice bonus check, and it's just a way for the Zitlow family to say, thank you for all of your hard work. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for all of our coworkers. So no matter what position you are at Kwik Trip, you are a part of that 40% profit sharing. And if you want to learn any more information about Kwik Trip, you can go to kwiktrip.com. Again, if you're looking for our applications or to look at our current career opportunities, you can go to kwiktrip.jobs, or you can find us at all of our social medias. And we need to get a TikTok added in there because we've been quite popular posting TikToks lately with our social media team. So I can put also my email in the box, in the chat box, and I would be more than happy to talk with anyone about any specific questions they have about Kwik Trip, or if you see a position that you are interested in, I would be more than happy to talk to you about that. So I want to thank Brenda and Haley for having me today and getting to talk to you guys a little bit more about Kwik Trip.
Thanks so much, Jordan. That was so helpful and very interesting to learn. I agree. It's such a big footprint that Kwik Trip has in La Crosse, and if you don't know where it is, it's really surprising when you go by it. But it always smells so good, especially when you go by the bakery. It's amazing.
It's hard driving into work and smelling those glazers and not buying one every day.
I bet it is. So this is your time to ask questions. So if anyone has a question, please pop it in the chat and we will give it to Jordan so she can answer it. You did a great job of describing everything. I guess I have a couple that I might ask. Do you have virtual opportunities available right now?
We do, specifically for our internships in our marketing department. One of our marketing internships is allowed to be virtual. So currently our current intern, McKenna, she's a student at UW La Crosse. So in the summer, she chose to be in La Crosse for the area. That wasn't required for her, but she just wanted to be in the office when she could in La Crosse. And once she went to school, starting the fall semester, she has been remote. So we do allow in our marketing as well as our commercial sales internship, we allow those positions to be remote.
Great, thank you. We do have a question. Are there any marketing or social media positions available?
We don't currently have any social media positions, specific positions available. So like I mentioned, the loyalty position in our marketing department, that is currently open. But if you're looking for something specific with our digital side of things, we do not have anything currently open. We are going to be posting a marketing internship probably beginning of November. So keep a lookout for that.
Great, thank you.
And all of our internships are posted on Handshake as well.
Great, fantastic. Somebody put in a PR. Are there any PR? I don't know.
Any PR positions or also training and development positions? At this point in time, we do not currently have any openings in PR or training and development, but we are constantly adding positions as we're continuing to grow. Like I said, we need to support all of our stores, and with that brings growth to our support center. So there actually is, if you go to kwiktrip.jobs and go to the top right corner, there's an email me jobs tab. You can click on that, put in your information, and we will email you as soon as our positions are posted.
Great. We have a question. What's your favorite part of working at Kwik Trip?
Oh, man. You know, I don't want to sound cliche here, but I would probably have to go with the culture. So I actually started as an intern during my junior year of school, and I had previous internships before Kwik Trip, and I was used to kind of the stereotypical intern role of getting coffee, whatever the supervisor might need. Don't speak in meetings unless you're asked. And when I got to Kwik Trip, it was completely different. I was asked to speak my opinion in meetings. They wanted to hear from me. Coffee runs not a thing at all. So no matter where you are, whether you're starting off as an intern or now in my full-time role, the culture is so great, and I really work with some of the best people possible.
Thank you. Does the company plan on expanding past Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, and Illinois?
We do. Actually, by 2025, we will be in North and South Dakota, the UP, and Nebraska. So lots of growth that's happening, and very exciting growth as well.
Can you share, and you talked about this a little bit, but each of the retail stores, what type of opportunities might they have?
Absolutely. Well, I mentioned about our retail internship program, but if you are also looking for a position at our store, we have guest service coworkers, guest service leaders, and then those ASL, assistant store leader or store leader positions. And I see someone wearing a uniform, Ryan. So I think he might currently be a worker at one of our stores.
Actually, yeah, I'm an assistant store leader for the Kwik Trip on Water Street.
There we go. There we go. Thanks for joining, Ryan.
Yeah.
How competitive are the internships and what makes an application or resume stand out?
Oh, great question. What makes an application or resume stand out? I really recommend to students pulling from the job description. So what experiences have you had? And it doesn't necessarily even have to be work related experiences. I think we all know the point of an internship is to gain the experience. Like you don't need to come with 5 years of experience as you're applying to an internship, whether it be something you've learned in class, a class project, or even working, especially let's say, for example, retail before, and you're looking for an internship opportunity. There are so many valuable skills that you are learning from the opportunities you have had before, and they might not be crystal clear thinking, working a group project, will this really help me? But it really will. So picking those opportunities, looking at the job description, seeing how you can tailor your resume to that job description, and putting in there that you're adaptable, you're willing and wanting to learn. Those are key things that we are looking for. Like I said, we can teach you the technical side of things. We want you to learn, and we want you to be excited about learning. So if you can put that in your resume, that will really stand out to us.
Just a question about some of the intern opportunities at the retail stores. Are these new, or I think we have a current person who's working who wasn't even aware that it was something that was offered?
It is new, and we're continuing to roll it out. So not all of our stores currently have that opportunity. So I know, for example, our La Crosse stores, our headquarters, do not currently have our internship opportunities. The store needs to get trained for that. So it's not a super hard process, but we're continuing trying to add more stores to that list to get them trained for the retail internship program.
Thank you. What are the hardest to fill positions that you have?
Oh man. If are we talking company wide, or do we want to stick to support center?
Overall, just company wide.
Overall, company wide, it would be our driving positions. It's been that way for a while, but we have seen with the pandemic, our driving positions has taken a hit. And that's something that we are continuing to work for. We added our CDL training program. So we will pay for individuals to go to school to obtain their CDL. Not only will they get their tuition paid for, but they will actually also be paid for the hours that they are in the classroom. So we're constantly thinking of innovative ways to attract talent. We do have scholarship opportunities for current students that are coworkers, and we're starting to look at more tuition reimbursement programs. So as we're continuing to grow, we're always looking at what ways can we attract more talent, and whether if that's scholarship opportunities, tuition reimbursement, sign-on bonuses, or we're constantly looking at what we can do to attract more talent.
I know for UW La Crosse students, or for any of the students that are out there that might live in La Crosse, there's a lot of summer opportunities. A lot of students, like, that's what they work full time. Could you talk about some of those?
Yeah, absolutely. Mainly in our production facilities, where you will find, excuse me, more of our seasonal opportunities. So whether that be in the dairy, bakery, or kitchens, and you can find those seasonal hours where you would only work, whether it would be, those summer months, or when you're on your semester break from school, that winter break. Otherwise, in our stores, we do pride ourselves on our flexibility with school scheduling. I know I was speaking with one of our store leaders on the West Ave for the West Ave store in La Crosse, and some of his coworkers work 10 hours a week because that's just what works with their school schedule, whether it may be they're just working weekends or, a couple nights during the week, what works best for them. We understand that you guys are in school right now, and, that should be a top priority. And so the flexibility should be that top priority for us to give you.
We have some students that probably will be graduating in December or May. Are there any full-time opportunities that are remote?
At this point in time, we do not have any full-time opportunities that are 100% remote. We are still currently looking into that. I know our IT department has let a couple people go remote. That just best works afford them. But at this point in time, none of our full-time opportunities are 100% remote, but that's something that we are continuing to look at.
Another question, how has the pandemic impacted Kwik Trip? Supply chain, changes in work from home, in person, etc. And anyway, how has it impacted Kwik Trip?
Yeah, well, one thing is when the pandemic started, and unfortunately, a lot of companies were having to lay off coworkers, we were actually looking to hire over 2,000 coworkers at that time because our needs went up. And I think that went from people when they were looking to buy groceries, they didn't want to go into big grocery stores to shop. They want to, get the necessities and get out the store as fast as they can. And so from that time, we were able to be there for coworkers in their time of need. And one thing that I'm super proud of is that we made the commitment for if we hired someone that lost their job and then they were able to get their job back once their company that they were at was at a little bit better place, we had a no questions asked policy where if they wanted to go back to their previous job, they absolutely could, and we were happy to have them for the time being. And our goal, and we did get quite a few to stick with Kwik Trip. But I that's for me personally, working for a company that puts a person in front of the company, that means a lot. So
thank you. Any other questions? One more reminder for all the students that are here, please make sure that you filled out the form, which can be found in the chat feature. Okay, Jordan, you did such a good job of giving information. So I don't know if there's any other questions, but I really want to thank you for sharing this information today. It was fantastic. As again, anyone that lives in La Crosse, Kwik Trip is a big part of our community, and they give back in many ways. Do you want to talk about that actually briefly? How you give back, how Kwik Trip gives back to the community?
Yeah, absolutely. In a couple different ways. We have our Neighbors Helping Neighbors campaign, where we're constantly making donations, whether it was in a time of need or, an individual has a specific request. I know we're constantly taking donations in, whether it be for food, for an event to donate to. We partner with Special Olympics for not only our retail helper program that we have at our stores to employ individuals with disabilities, but we also sponsor the Polar Plunge to constantly give money back, whether it's for research or for their events. And we're constantly working from an environmental standpoint of how we can make a good green footprint on the environment. So constantly making improvements, whether it's with LED lighting, our water flow, petroleum, whatever that may be. We're constantly working on how we can be better for the environment and for the communities that we are in.
I know when my children were in the schools, the Kwik Trip, selling Kwik Trip cards was a great way to get revenue for PTOs and organizations. So that was always a great fundraiser because they were so easy to sell. Everyone chose Kwik Trip. And then we got a large percentage from that. So that was always fantastic. Okay, I don't see any other questions. Again, I just really want to thank you for sharing the information. Thank you everyone that came today as well. A reminder, everything is recorded and kept on our website. And next week, we are excited that Sargento and UW Green Bay will be doing our trip. So thanks again.